What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video to talk about AMC GME as well as the overall broader market. So today AMC was up for 7.56% for the day. It had a high of $26.08. The average volume on AMC is around 46.74 million, but today's volume was around 79.23 million, which is definitely slight bit higher than the yesterday's volume. Like I mentioned in my yesterday's video, we have found a very bullish candle in AMC, and I'm expecting a pretty good green day in AMC, and that's what exactly happened today. Now, when we have a look at the chart of the AMC, now where I see the stock is going to go from here onwards, I personally believe that it will go higher and higher until unless we get some sort of a wick like this that we had previously a day before yesterday, and we had this previous bigger wick in which we had a halt, and after that the stock just kept going down from there onwards. But we haven't found that kind of a wick yet. We had one a day before yesterday, and I was expecting the stock is going to go down from the next day onwards, and that's what exactly happened. The next day the stock was down, but what happened the following day is we had a pretty good run in the overall broader market, which took AMC up along with it. The shorts definitely tried to short sell the stock. It almost went down to $20, and then it shot back up. Now today we had a pretty good green day just because we had a bullish candle over here. Now I personally think we're gonna go up from here onwards. Now we just have to wait and see how long this is gonna play out for AMC from here onwards. Now let's come over to the GameStop. Now GameStop was down for 2.66% for the day. It had a high of $41.97. The average volume on GameStop is around 13.29 million, but today's volume was around 5.13 million. So the volume is pretty much dead in GameStop. There is not much momentum that is coming in GameStop right now. But if there is some wild move in AMC, GameStop is definitely gonna move along with it. Now let's come over to the SPY. Now SPY ended up at the same price it finished yesterday. Now the SPY had a high of $424.95. So you can imagine the kind of volatility that we are still experiencing. I personally thought we're gonna be in a green, and the pre-market everything was green, but the market had a pretty big reversal today, which I won't say is any kind of a bad sign, because I personally think that we will go up from here onwards. But this is not a bottom. We will definitely find something coming up in the macroeconomics which is going to drag down the market. Now, what that catalyst is going to be, I have no idea about it. We just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. But for the meanwhile, it seems to be like SPY is definitely going to keep on carrying to the upside from here onwards. Now let's come over to the options flow for the AMC. Now we increase the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now this one whale was buying $17 call option, which is basically deep in the money, and he's having a 7 days expiration on it, and he's buying 2,999 contract and paying $2.4 million for it, and he's betting that the AMC is going to go up from here onwards. Though the momentum is definitely in AMC right now, I personally think the stock market slowed down a little bit today just because there is a momentum that is coming in AMC. If AMC squeezed really hard, definitely is going to bring down the overall broader market. Now, majority of these mini whales were onto the upside. Some of them are buying way too much deep in the money call options with 525 days expiration. These are $10 call options that came in a line, and they are betting towards the upside for the AMC. But by looking at the option flow, it seems to be like majority of the options player are onto the upside for the AMC. And I personally believe as well that the AMC will keep going up from here onwards. Now let's come over to the GameStop. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. Now this whale was buying a $32.50 call options on GameStop, and he's buying 124 contract, and he's paying $163,000 for it, which is not at all suspicious, but it's definitely on to the upside from here onwards. Now when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales are doing, now majority of them are onto the upside. The kind of bullish option flow that came in GameStop today, it is definitely a little bit higher than the AMC, but the stock price definitely did go down today in the market in GameStop. But we just never know what's going to happen with GameStop. We still are in a situation which is not predictable. GameStop can definitely go to unimaginable numbers higher than what we had in the past in the month of January. Now we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. The rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the GameStop. Now let's come over to the options flow for the SPY. Now I've increased the premium to max and see what exactly the whales are doing. The majority of the whales were buying call options on SPY. Now the option flow has definitely changed a little bit onto the SPY. A lot of big money is onto the upside. Now this $440 call option is going to expire in 126 days. And this individual is buying 24,000 contract and is paying $29.4 million for it. which is a pretty good indication towards the upside. Though this trade is a cross trade, there are a lot of brokers who are betting on the same strike price, which is $440. I personally believe we can definitely go to those levels the way the market is moving. Today, we would have a pretty good solid green day. It's just because I personally think AMC started heating up, which is not at all a good sign for the market maker, because a lot of retail is going to jump into AMC, and which can create a FOMO into AMC, and which can take the price of AMC to unimaginable numbers, which is a big threat to the market makers because they are having a lot of short positions on AMC, and there are a lot of synthetic shares out there which is not at all mentioned, which is not at all talked about, which can create a lot of trouble for the shorts. Now, when I bring down the premium a little bit and see what exactly the mini whales were doing, now majority of them are basically onto the upside. Now, when we have a look at the put to call ratio, 56.8% is onto the upside and 43.2% is to the downside. The volume was slight bit higher onto the call side. The premiums are pretty good onto the call sides. Now, I personally think that the market is going to go up from here onwards, but still there are a lot of people those who are betting a big money over here. There was this flow trader who was betting $10.2 million and is buying 13,800 contract, and he's buying $402 put option that can expire in 70 days. Though he has given enough time to himself, we might be in a downtrend again in another 70 days time. But right now it seems to be like any bad news, market is definitely going to ignore it and start moving towards the upside. That's what we have been seeing from last 1 month, that every time there is a bad news, market goes down in the pre-market, and then we move up towards the upside significantly. The rest, there was nothing majorly suspicious coming out of the options flow for the SPY. Now let's have a look at the chart of the SPY. Now we have some gaps coming into the chart of the SPY. We have one gap over here at 378, and we have another mini gap over here around 369, and we have found a latest gap over here around $413. And usually what happens, if there is a gap like this, it usually get filled straight away, but we never know. We have left two gaps at the bottom, so we might keep going up. But just in my personal experience, I think the market might pull back a little bit, but we never know. There is a way too much bullish momentum coming towards the market right now. Everybody's predicting it's a bottom as the inflation has started going down. The Fed might not be that hawkish. So we just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. So thanks for watching my video. Please like and subscribe my channel, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers.